Good now, people. Good now, good now, good now. Life is good now. Hi, this is Kelvin Hagen here for the Agape Morning Prayer. I'm stepping in for Reverend Wendy, who had obligations elsewhere this morning. She's being of service in another capacity. And so I get to be here this morning with y'all. And I'm pretty excited about it, pretty thrilled about it actually. Though, I did forget to set my alarm for it this morning. And since I didn't have any work scheduled, I was sleeping a little bit. And suddenly I woke up and went, oh yeah. Well, again, it's Kelvin Hagen. Welcome to Agape Morning Prayer. Good morning, Wayne. Portia, Grand Rising. Grand Rising. You know, and we get to have a Grand Rising every day, multiple times a day, because we get these little deaths that bring us back to this new present moment, and we get a new beginning. Grand Rising. Yeah. Good morning, Ashira, Kimberly, Lenoris. Hello. Lenoris is tuning in from Monterey Park. Say hi in the comments. You can put in what your affirmation is for today. And it's always good to read them and see everybody here. Hello, Cynthia, Michelle, Tahita, good morning. Tuning in from Florida. Deborah Mayer from San Francisco, California. Yes. United Spiritual Awareness. It is a good day, Wayne. They all are. Though sometimes we do forget. So, here we are. I'm going to read a few more of these. Feels good to be here. As I said, Reverend Wendy, I was obligated somewhere else being of service, and she asked if I could step in and do the morning prayer and the noon meditation. And as it is, today I was able to, so it's a blessing. So, I got a book I'm going to be reading from today. I just pulled it out this morning. Carmelita, good morning. Much love to you as well. Ashira, it's okay to let people show me who they are so I can be who I am. Absolutely. Absolutely. Rosalind, hello from San Diego. Ooh. Continued prayers for healing and wholeness in my mother's body temple, especially her heart. Hello, brother. How you doing today?
Morning.
Good morning.
Coffee?
I got my coffee, my mushroom coffee, got my computer. I'm doing the agape prayer right now.
You already know what time it is.
I got it going on.
Okay, for sure.
I'll see you later, brother. Have a good day.
Bless up.
One of my neighborhood friends stopping by saying hi, me in the backyard. That feels so good. That just plain feels so good. So, excuse me for stepping out for a second there. Jasmine, praying for an instant miracle to be united with your son. Jasmine, where you are and where your son is, God is, you are indeed united with your son. Love is absolute. Yes, you can, Wayne. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it like you're playing a game. It's just a sport. Just kick it. Kick it. Good morning from Michigan. Hi, Sally. Barbara, Grand Rising from Monroe, California. Prayers for complete physical healing. Absolutely. Where you are, God is, Barbara is. Yes, Barbara. Amy, buenos dias to you as well. So good to have you with us this morning. Shawnee, good morning. Divine right action blesses me always. Yes, Wayne. Excuse me. You know, I've been staying inside all day yesterday. I was just inside giving my sinuses a break. And whatever happened to the pollen this year attacked my sinuses like unbelievably. And I've been working on it, meditating on it, and whew, It has been a ride. I guess I was just supposed to take a little time to slow down and just be. Good morning, Valerie. Absolutely. Marvin, Curtis, Peter, Toronto. All right. Okay. So, I was going to read a little something out of this book. I just opened it up and to this. The book is Love and Law by Ernest Holmes. He's the writer and author of Science of Mind. And I haven't read this book yet. I got it recently, and it's on my soon-to-read list. But I opened it up to this page, and it just said, there is so much more. And I went, yes, there is. And I went, I guess that's what I'm supposed to read today. So, that's what I am going to read today. But you know what? Before I do that, I am going to take one moment, and I invite everybody here to do the same thing. I am going to share. Y'all have heard me say this before, I'm sure. I'm going to share this post onto my wall so that somebody else might see it that wouldn't have seen it otherwise. And you know what's beautiful? Is I had somebody actually walk up to me in Agape who found Agape because I had it on my wall. They saw it on my wall. They were making a trip to LA, so that through that they'd been introduced to Agape for a couple of months, and then they came into the service, and there I was, and they were able to say hi. So it reaches out. When we share it, it comes back to us. And this time it came back to me in a big love and hug from somebody who said, thank you, thank you, thank you. And there was Agape celebrating their life. Pretty darn cool. So I invite you to share it onto your page as well. And I'm going to turn off my ringer. We got 42 viewers. 42 is the answer to the question on the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And they had to set up the whole Earth as a computer program to come up with the question. And before the question came up, an intergalactic freeway came through, and they had to destroy the entire planet, and the program never came up with the question, but we know the answer. The answer to the meaning of life in some way or another is 42. Powerful. Love you too, Wayne. Hello, Catherine. Joy to have you here with us today. Gwen, good now. Kelvin, yes. Okay, so what I'm going to read is There Is So Much More. It's on page 128 in the book Love and Law by Ernest Holmes. And I have not read this. I just saw it and said, that seems like a cool spot to read out and to expand. And it's really fun when I'm reading something. Good morning, Menta. Hello, hello. So good to have you with us. So I love it. Like in my book club, we do this, and I read the book and we discuss it. So a lot of times I'm reading the book, even if I've read it before, I'm reading it again for the first time. And I'm reading it while I'm with people in my book study. And so if I get an aha moment, I'm getting it live with the group, just like anybody else that's listening and reading the book. And it's such a different way of experiencing a book club. I just love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so there is so much more. When people begin to realize that we are living in a mental universe, or a spirit, when people begin to realize that we are living in a mental universe or a spiritual universe, they have to rethink all of their philosophy. They no longer can give a physical reason or meaning to life because there is no physical reason or meaning in life at all. So the premise of all thinkers of all ages has invariably been that all is mind. Since all is mind, we have to explain life from that premise, if we explain it correctly. Since all mind is, and the activity of mind is thought, thought is law. Law being an activity of mind, which mind is infinite and one, consequently becomes absolute. In the life of the individual, then, we have this mind which we use. It is the principle of life. Into it we think. Back from it we draw manifestation of our thought. So if you and I go to give a reason for riches or poverty, we could not give a physical reason because there isn't any. We could not give a spiritual reason if by spirit we mean God, because God is so much more. Not even a tree is created, but what it bears many times more leaves than is necessary. This is some of the writing sometimes. Not even a tree is created, but what it bears many times more leaves than is necessary. Ooh, abundance. There is so much more of everything in the physical universe than the human race ever has need of, or ever could. There is so much more wasted than they ever had or ever could, that we cannot attribute limitation to God or to causation. Because out of the cause itself is made things in such abundance that it would be impossible to use even the small fraction of them. Since we can no longer blame God, and since there is nothing but God and ourselves that we have to deal with, there is no longer any question but what we must blame ourselves for whatever is wrong. No, we do not have to blame ourselves maliciously and censure ourselves maliciously. The sensible person will realize that whatever has been done that is wrong has been done not because of sin, maliciously, but because of ignorance, unintentionally. I do not want to be poor and sick and unhappy, and I give you credit for having as much brains as I do. I do not know anybody who really wants to be sick, poor, or unhappy. And yet a large portion of the human race are, and it is their own fault. Not necessarily their individual sin, but is their fault through a lack of recognition of truth. Ignorance of the law excuses no one, so we come under the ignorant use of the law. Wow, this is heavy. This is big stuff. Since all is mind, and mind returns to the thinker of thought objectified, what we think, what we hold within ourselves as a mental attitude, becomes the mental equivalent of creative spirit or causation, and the objective life or external result are environment in the without. Our way of thinking and believing then is the sole medium between causation and its flow through us into manifestation of our affairs. We believe that medium is our thought process, conscious and unconscious. We create our world with the vibrations that we put out. We hear Reverend Michael talking about this all the time. We're always creating, but the law never stops functioning. So the law is functioning even as you're cursing the word and damning your day because it's being such a rough day for you. And you choose to step into struggling and curse the life. And then you pray and you love God and you do all this, and then you go back to your frustration. The universe sees that because the law is always working. Like I said here, God didn't make lack. There's an abundance of everything. So any lack we have in our life is because we are choosing not to use and experience and accept the abundance of God as our life. Ouch! I feel that. So today, I step into an awareness that each and every moment I am truly creating out of the so much more that is out there. More oxygen, more sand, more stars, more sunlight. We can never use it all. And here's it is, when we're giving it, we can never give it all away. Love is one of the things that the more we give away, the more we have. This is the way the law of abundance works, the circulation of life. The more we give, the more we have. The acknowledgement that the universe is full, I am taken care of. I am funded by my infinite source of supply. Okay. So there is so much more. Wow. I'm sucking in some of that amazing pollen, that amazing air. Strengthening my immune system, bringing me strength. Strengthening my body, strengthening my soul. Okay, let's take a few minutes and go into prayer. I'm going to have a sip here. I got my bowl. And we're going to do an easy peasy threesy. We're going to take 3 breaths, full deep breaths. We're going to take them in. We're going to hold it for a few seconds. We're going to let it out. And we're going to take another one. We're going to take 3 that way. These full breaths we're going to take, and as we're taking them, we're going to really pay attention to the feeling of the air going in, the feel of the air, the love going out. And we're going to listen. Listen for our heartbeat. Stop and listen. Your heart is beating. Feel it, experience it. So here we go. Let's start off here. Okay, ready? That always feels so good, so powerful. Just to step back into the now through 3 simple breaths. Because, folks, I kiss it. I keep it spiritually simple. That kiss, keeping it simple here allows it to be easier everywhere else. Not always easy, but easier, as I keep it spiritually simple and remembering that there is so much more. The earth is so abundant. So I am grateful. I am grateful for waking up this morning. I'm grateful for the extra sleep I got because I didn't set my alarm. I'm grateful that I still got out here and started this prayer on time. I am grateful for the breath in my lungs, and the beating of my heart. I'm grateful for all the people in my life living here in my home. I'm grateful for all the people in my life everywhere I walk, everywhere I go. I'm grateful for the people that I know, And I am grateful for the people I have yet to know. I am grateful for the strangers that I haven't met yet. I am grateful for the folks that walk by and lean over my fence and just say, "Good morning, Kelvin. How you doing today?" I am grateful for life lifing. And is life ever lifing? Life lifing is the only thing taking place. Life lifing is taking place everywhere. Everything, every tree, every leaf, every blade of grass, every rock, every piece of cement, every crow that comes to visit my yard, everything everywhere. God creates only out of God. Therefore, everything that is. By that very logic, God. That is what I am. I am the God stuff that we all are. It is what you are. You are the God stuff that made the stars, that creates the gravity that spins the moon around the earth. You are the living, breathing life of God right here, right now, and all that God is operating through you. When you do things here in your life, you are utilizing the very same creative forces that created the sun, the earth, Jupiter, Saturn. That is so much power. And I know that as I move forward today, am responsible for how I use this infinite power, this infinite source, this infinite abundance, this infinite perfection. I get to choose how I use it and how I live in it and how it lives in me. I get to choose how this life takes shape around me, because the universe has so much more. So today I see and I recognize that each and every one of us, where we are, the infinite power of God is in us, as us, in we as we, in you as you. This power is working right now, creating the very world that we put out in our vibrations. So as I vibrate out to the world, loving, compassion, and peace, I know that what the world brings back to me is more loving, compassion, and peace. That the circulation that I put forward comes back to me, manifested as objects and things. Objects and things are not God of themselves, because we cannot see God. God is the infinite power that creates it all. I get to be the spark. I get to be the spark that uses this infinite power. You get to be the spark. So today, let's be the spark of abundance. Let's be the spark of perfect health and unity. Let's be the spark of peace today. Today, I am the spark of peace, and I bring forward and I declare for each and every one of us that we are living in the living, beautiful life of God, and that all things taking place in our life right here, right now, are taking place for us as we grow and expand, as we heal and expand, as we thrive and expand. So as I look around the world and I see human turmoil and human suffering and other things taking place, I know that in those places the living light of God is right there as well. And in those places right now, something is being planted, something is growing. What am I going to do to water that seed, to care for it? Which wolf am I going to feed? Am I going to feed the wolf of war and destruction, or am I going to feed the wolf of peace? Today, knowing that the abundance of God, the love of God, the life of God is everywhere, in everything, as everything, I accept and expect prosperity in my life. Say that with me. I expect prosperity in my life. I expect good health in my life. I expect peace in my life. I expect these things because I am attuned to my infinite source of supply. I am attuned to your infinite source of supply, and I know that where you are, the source of God is, and the abundance of God is, the love of God is, the perfect health, the perfect life of God is. And right now, this is what I am. This is who I am. This is what I am. This is why I am. I am here to be me and experience all the me I need to experience to expand the universe and the awareness and the love of this planet. I get to be me. You get to be you. We get to be we. And if we don't be we, nobody's going to do we for me, for you, for we. So as I move forward right now, knowing that everywhere around me is the abundance of love, the abundance of life, I move forward giving thanks for the simple truth that God is. I am. On that note, knowing that the power of God is moving forward in and as us, I give thanks for that power. I give thanks for the truth of these words. I give thanks for the blessings that are already here as my life. And I release it. I let it go. I let it go into the big love. I let it go into the big life. I let it go into the big lifing everything. I let it go into the big yes. 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 I let it go and I say, and so it is. And so it is. So it always has been. So it always will be. I release it and I say, and so it is. Amen. Woo! So much was coming out of me, I had to sneeze. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go through all these comments. I'm going to go through a few of them right now because I can. Hello, Danielle. Vincent. How are you? Good to see you here. And all the people that Danielle is welcoming here. Awesome. Awesome. Yes, I expect peace and joy and love and vitality and flow, my glowy fun and fulfillment, fulfilling the promises within me and you now. Yes, Danielle, absolutely. Beautifully said. I claim, compile, and accept my wholeness now. Amen. Yes, Olive, you are whole and complete in the one life of God. And so it is. Thank you, Kimberly. Resist. Rebels unite. Okay, Wayne. And so it is, Minta. Love you, bless you. Namaste, Marvin. I'm going to go through all these comments in the next few minutes. And I'm holding each and every one of you in a loving embrace. And remember, just remember, there is so much more. The only lack is the lack we manifest for ourselves by believing in the reality of lack. There is none. There is no lack, except right here. All right, so I'm going to ring the bell. As we go out, I'm going to take 3 more breaths. As we go, I remind you, you can stop anytime during the day and come back to this new beginning right here, right now. That's where God is. God always is. Your body knows, and your body's always there waiting for you to come back to the now. So, this is Kelwin Hagan, Tune into agapelive.com. Reverend Michael just started a new class. I think you could probably still join it again. It's on Tuesday nights. Phenomenal class. And I invite you to join that. I've got my book club going on Thursday nights at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. And we're doing the book The Velvet Elvis by Reverend Rob Bell. Phenomenal book. Wonderful, wonderful book. And beyond that, I love you. I love you. I love you. I truly do. Each and every one of us here, those here, seen and unseen, I love you. Peace. Feels good.